What's up guys, Knight's Tempest here. Welcome back to another episode of our Satisfactory PS5 playthrough. I have run around, collected some Mercer spheres, collected a couple of hard drives as well, and I built a tiny oil refinery to get us the plastic and stuff we need. But don't worry, I have destroyed it. So I will set it back up and I will walk you guys through how I set it up with a temporary power source. And the reason why I did that is because we're going to need a frick ton of plastic and rubber to get some research going for some of the stuff we're going to need. Because I need to set up a SAM fluctuator factory. So we're going to take some SAM and turn it into some fluctuators. But in order to do that, we need to get SAM to create reanimated SAM. But we also, and we're going to need that to unlock the dimensional depot, which is going to be super helpful later on. Let's see what else. Oh yeah, it is the 23rd day of Fixmas, so let's hit 23 and see what we get. Ooh, 25 tickets. Let's freaking go. Nice. It's gonna help us out some. Right, we're going to skip the hypertubes for now because we have more important things like Logistics Mark IV, fluid packaging, and petroleum power to get, which is, as you can see, it requires a lot of rubber, a lot of steel beams, a lot of copper sheets, and motors, which we got motors set up last time. And we also need to unlock industrial manufacturing Mark II pipelines, because that will help some. Fix-it blueprints Mark II, which I have not made use of blueprints yet. I will later. So for now, let's see what we can unlock. Oh yeah, I completed the nutrient tree in between episodes, which unlocked 2 trophies. One trophy was bugged, which apparently was fixed, so that was to gather all 3 edible plants, which is the nuts, the berries, and the bacon mushrooms, if I can remember where I put those. But you gather all 3 of those, and that's supposed to pop a trophy. But it was bugged, so it didn't pop. So I'll put both those trophies there now.
Nutritional inhaler recipe.
Alright, and those are the 2 trophies that we got. First one was gathering all 3 edible plants. Been there, done that ages ago. And then the other one was for completing this tree. This tree is the easiest one to complete, which is the fastest way to get that trophy if you want to get that done and out of the way. Next, we want to grab this, which is the reason why we need to build a refinery, because we need 50 fuel, which means, and it's not just fuel, it's packaged fuel, which is why we need the packager. And we've already got the compacted coal, which we unlocked via this research tree, which requires a hard drive, 25 coal, 25 sulfur. I said it backwards. But you get those done, you put that in there, that unlocks compacted coal for you, and for our fuel generator, we want to get this, because that'll make us make more use of our fuel that we're going to be making, and making it into turbo fuel, which will give us a lot more power for our buck, so to speak. Let's see, what else? Criterion research. We're gonna want this, which you can make these AI limiters with copper sheets and Criterion wire, which we have a crap ton of both. That will be handy, but overall we want to get down to this because we're gonna get a crap ton of free power. And plus they'll give us scannable geysers that we can use for our geothermals, which I've been slowly marking around the map. Let's see, that's our research goals. Also got a couple of alternates here. Some of these will come in super handy. Some of these will just be extras that we can use other stuff for. So for now, we're going to go ahead and see what we can unlock research-wise real quick. So first we're going to do fluid packaging. So it takes plastic. Let's see if we have all the stuff here, or if we have to go grab some. We need steel beams, which I should have some around here somewhere, unless I've moved it already. Motor. Nope, no motors. That's for a different recipe. We'll just go ahead and grab those anyway. Copper sheets. That's 600. Grab those, because we're going to need those. Go ahead and grab some computers, because we're probably going to need those. Alright, looks like I moved some stuff over to our storage bay. Oh, storage building, really, technically. It's not a bay. There's bays in there. Okay, brown. It's random stuff. No, there's only 16 of those. Might as well go ahead and grab a couple of the stacks of those. Grab some frames, because we're probably gonna need those. These I just found. We'll be making a factory to make these eventually. Grab 2 more stacks just in case. Now we'll be needing this stuff later. We're gonna need the Mark IV logistics, because if we want to overclock these generators, we're gonna need a lot more output from our coal and water. Right, so I need to grab some steel. So we gotta go hop on. Oh, that was weird. Gotta go hop on over to our steel factory, grab some steel beams, and go over to our copper plant and grab some copper sheets on the way back. Because I want to at least get our SAM fluctuators automated this episode, if not this episode, next episode. But I'm gonna try and get it done this one. Steel beams. Steel beams. Where are you? You're up here somewhere. Yeah, end of last episode, we got all this stuff set up. We got all this full. It's going into here, which is a very beautiful thing. I'm just gonna grab a crap ton of this. Oh, what's that? Okay, that's gotta be waiting on concrete. Yeah, it's waiting on concrete. But these are making our encased steel beams and sending them into the storage bin, which is a beautiful thing. We'll just fly on over there, grab our stuff, and then head on over to our research or not research, get a couple milestones knocked out. Then we will get to building. Oh yeah, another thing. So for you guys, I've been tagging the crash sites as I found them. Some of them I have to go back and grab. Some of them, a lot of them I've grabbed. There's still plenty more for me to go grab. But I have not found a map for all of them yet. So I'm just gonna put these out there, so you guys can pause and see which ones I've gotten. These ones I've had to come back for, which I've grabbed these. But there's about probably half dozen to a dozen or so that are not marked on this map that I've already collected. Yeah, like that one. That one, I've not grabbed that one yet. I think I've got that one already. There's a slug there. I've bumped into a lot of radioactive materials, so i.e. uranium, which I don't have a rad suit for it, so it's the second time I missed a ladder. So I don't have any way I can safely handle uranium without it pretty much instantly killing me the second it gets into my inventory, so just gonna grab a crap ton of those as well. Should be enough for now. I might have to come back and grab more later. But one thing I didn't record was the setting up of... Go up here and show you real quick. This one. So this is making smart plating. I'm just stealing some materials from our motor line, which is, you know, that's full, that's full, that's working on being refilled because I had to empty it twice. So we got tons of motors, we got smart plating that's being worked on. Just stole the rotors and stuff from what's being made over there. Got our reinforced plate being made there. Got it English correctly. Being yeeted into here, being made into smart plating. So it's a similar setup to what we had before, but this is just kind of feeding secondarily off of what we've made for our motors. So not high output, but it's an output, and we're just storing it for now. So our man Didn't grab AI limiters. That's okay. Trying to get this one knocked out. So that's okay. Transfer all of type. There we go. And while that is coming back down to Earth here, for massage to ABB.
Milestone reached. Avoid the embarrassment of placing liquids in your pockets only for them to spread across your suit. Package and unpackage them with the packager. Packaging fluids allows them to be transported in your inventory, on conveyor belts, and by vehicles. For increased, non-pocket related fluid storage, you can now use the industrial fluid buffer.
Sweet. We will hit probably Logistics Mark IV next. Then Fuel Power. Then Pipeline Engineering. Then Industrial Manufacturing. Because that'll unlock the next two parts. I'll eventually unlock Hyper 2s, but that's pretty low on my list of stuff to unlock right now. They can be super helpful in like making cannons and stuff for traversal sake, but I'm not using them right now because I've got more important stuff to worry about, like power expansion and getting petroleum power going and unlocking all this other stuff. I will unlock it. If I don't unlock it this episode, I'll unlock it in between episodes or in the next one. It'll be somewhere in there. So we're going to unlock this next, which we have the heavy modular frames already. Dump some of this plastic in there. Oh, there's 5 tickets. Cool. It's going to free up a little bit of inventory space and start moving other stuff that I'm going to need for research in here. There we go. Alright, we have 30 tickets to spend, so let's go ahead and spend our tickets. We've already got most things. This stuff will be kind of helpful. We will grab this, grab that, and go and grab all those. And that, because why not? Grab all those, see how many we got. 29. We'll go ahead and just buy all that, actually. Oop. Because, as you can see, I've also hooked up our concrete over here, since those two are full, to our sink. So, we're going to grab our 12 coupons from in here. Oh, wrong thing. And we have 12 more, so we'll just grab this. So we have 13. That was 10. Yeah, let's go ahead and grab that and just use all those. So, boop. Cool. Oh, right. That reminds me. We have 10 summer sloops. And you know what we have that we can use? Bum-ba-da-dum. We can build this thing. So we need 50 SAM fluctuators and 100 cable. On top of what we already have in our inventory. So let's go and grab that. Should have a couple SAM fluctuators. Literally just saw them earlier. Here we go. I think I need 50, so I might have to just go grab some SAM. Yeah, I need 50. Okay. Righto. Well, this will be an opportunity to show you where our SAM, aka Strange Alien Matter, is going to be. Oh, wait, never mind. We got 14 seconds. We'll go ahead and get that next one knocked out while we're here, before we get too far off. That way, while we're going out doing the SAM fluctuator thing, that can be returning. Go ahead and grab those as well, because why not? We're gonna need those. Not gonna need those ones next. Okay. Let's see, we're gonna need the 50 heavy modular frames, which I don't think I grabbed. Oh, we'll go and dump our plastic and stuff in there. This is the reason why I got the temporary refineries going. Right, so we need to go back over here, grab our 50 heavy modular frames that we found out in the wild from hunting down those hard drives. Oop. Thought I fell off. Let's see. Ah, there we go. Zoom on back. We'll get that going, because it'll be about 5 minutes or so, maybe 10 before it comes back. So the pipeline engineering will be done by the time we come back. Just boop that in there. Get that launched away. Next one be that one.
Milestone reached. Pipelines and pipeline pumps can now be upgraded to Mark II. They are like Mark I, but better. Pipes seem to be objects of fascination to humans. In fact, there are recorded instances of humans doing nothing but thinking about pipes for hours.
For all the adults watching, you'll get a decent chuckle out of that one, if you get it. Right, so there's our coal plant for our power. And just over here to the left of the ravine, there's got lots of spooters, so watch out for the spooters. Just gonna fly on into this cave. Again, I have this on retaliate for the mobs because I fight enough things trying to just get stuff built, like my brain. And I believe I've got some automated miners down here. So I can just go down, collect some stuff, and then leave. But down here, yep, all the way down here is where our SAM's gonna be. And this node is where we're gonna be pulling our SAM from to automate our SAM fluctuator construction. So we'll just have to plop this down here, plop a miner down here, run power down here, run that out over to... Best place would be my steel factory, because it'll have the pipes and the wire already. So we'll just be making our SAM fluctuators at our steel plant, because we've already got everything we need for them over there. So he's got to basically just run a belt, because I'm not going to build like a truck system or anything like that for it. I could do that if I just belted the SAM out of the cave into more of a flat spot, and just have a truck run from there. but that's a lot of work. And a belt doesn't need fuel and is very reliable. So if nothing else, I might just run a belt like I did for that and just belt it over to my steel plant and just run it kind of in the sky for less turn, for lack of better words. It won't be like in this freaking sky, but it'll be up there somewhere. It'll probably be not much higher than that and just belt it over. Well, I was right, so we've got about a minute left before our thing's back and we can make more progress and unlock more stuff. So we're just gonna craft a whole bunch of these to make more sand fluctuators. So, well, it takes 4, so I'm gonna take that one, so I don't know if I'll cut this out. Well, actually, we'll cut this out, so we'll be back. Alright, we are back. Alright, so now then, we've got everything we need. Sweet. So this will boost our power grid by a decent amount, and the more power we make, the bigger the boost. So, since it's, you know, gonna be huge, obviously, we're just gonna put this bad boy over here with all of the rest of our power gen stuff. There we go. Huge. So we'll just yeah, why not? So we'll just do that. Do a cool little animation there. So now then we grab that and hook that up to there. So now we got 500 megawatts and an additional 10% boost. So now we've got 170 extra boost. So we took our 1200 and boosted it to 1870 megawatts. So now that's given us a little bit of headroom on our power grid, which we're going to need. So now that that is done, we can go ahead and get on with this. So we're going to dump that in there. We need to go grab more of both of those. Realistically. So go ahead and plop that stuff in there, free up a little bit of space. So we need 400 more. No, 450. No, 350. My math was not mathing because I wasn't doing math. I was just throwing a number out there. We got the same fluctuator there. We've got yeah, we'll leave those 2 stacks in there for building stuff. Right, so I need to journey back to our steel plant and grab a crap more stuff. So I'll be right back again. Alright, we are back. Let's go ahead and put this stuff in here. Mark 4.
Milestone reached. The transportation of resources can reach new heights of efficiency. With the Mark IV belts and lifts, the truck, but even more importantly, your effort. Handling a large and complicated vehicle like the truck should come easy to a well-trained pioneer such as you. They are an obvious improvement over tractors concerning industrial purposes. Improvements for personal use were not measured.
Alright, sweet. So that is done. Let's see. Satisfactory. Get this done.
Smart Splitter unlocked. The Smart Splitter offers advanced settings that can improve conveyor belt logistics.
Okay, yep. That tracks. That tracks. Grab some of those. Go back down to here.
Power switch unlocked. Fixit is proud to announce that the power switch facilitates power grid management through the application of the very latest advances in on-off switch technology. Fixit. It's fun to have power.
Yes, it is. And we could also finish off this research branch if we wanted to. We have all the stuff. Or we can make all the stuff to do it. Right now, we are focusing on getting this stuff done and dusted. So we just need 100, which I have more than plenty of. Okay, we've got everything we need for petroleum power. Sweet. Now it's gotta wait for that to be done. Then we can start doing petroleum power. Wait, we have the packager actually, so we can go ahead. Oh, we have 100 canisters that I got for free from our Fixit holiday calendar. We have 11 packaged fuel already. Probably what we're going to do now then is, while we wait, go ahead and dump a couple hundred of these in there. Dump our 100 motors in there, even though we got plenty of them being made upstairs. Just gonna dump all those in there, those in there. Did grab extras, so it's okay. Right. So with the extra boosted power that we got, we're going to, there we go. We're going to start our refinery stuff. So we're going to grab 4 of these, 4 packagers. Actually, we're going to need probably more than that, so we'll do 12 refineries, 4 packagers, which we might need more of. We'll just bring enough to make 8 of those. 1 oil extractor, and we're gonna need a lot of copper sheets for pipes. Let's see, what do we need for Mark II pipes? Ah, sheets of plastic. Well, good thing I brought plenty of plastic. A should have enough spare plastic to bring with me. A couple hundred plastic. Right, so that is back now that we're done figuring out what we need to bring. So 100 of those, 200 of rubber. Plastic is still, yeah, 200 plastic, so go ahead and dump 100 motors in there, 100 of that, 200 of that, and 200 of that. Done.
Milestone reached. It is my honor and privilege to inform you that the fuel-powered generator, as well as the industrial fluid buffer, are now available. Due to a lack of gold in your sector, Caterium will serve as a suitable replacement to construct the fuel-powered generator. Your research into this element was valuable. In fact, you in particular are my most valuable pioneer, but don't tell the others I said that, it would be bad for morale.
Sweet. So we got double sweet, so we need... So I'm going to go ahead and just grab a crap ton of encased steel beams, because why not? Gonna grab some steel pipes, some motors, some of the steel beams we put in here. Somewhere, we're gonna need rotors. Ah, there we go. Grab 3 stacks of that. Some extra framework for giggles. Should have some iron pipe cooking in here that we can just grab. I think that's all feeding. Yeah, it's all feeding up there, so we'll just go ahead. So we have this crap ton of stuff up here that needs it. We'll just grab 200 out of there, 200 out of there. We'll zoom on over here to our motor section. Grab a couple stacks of motors. And should be enough. But probably gonna go and grab some more copper sheets. We're gonna need a bunch of cable. We're gonna need probably some Caterium wire, some quick wire. Oh. Okay, so I need to grab a couple stacks of wire. Go up here and grab a bunch more of those. Alright, sweet. Also, yes, I realize my flashlight's still on. I just don't want to keep turning it off and then back on again. So we're gonna need to I should grab some cable. Because we're gonna need cable for wiring. Might need to grab another stack of steel beams. No, I have 700, it should be plenty. Ah. Right. Let's grab some of the spare wire then. And let's turn the spare wire into cable. Should be plenty. Reason why is because we're going to run a power line from here all the way out there. So you can hook things up to the permanent grid instead of doing what I did, which is build 6 biomass burners and just chuck a bunch of the biofuel we made into bioburners to temporarily power it. Power the oil stuff that we got going. Yeah, so we need to make some cable. Yeah, just make empty canisters now. Go ahead and craft I don't know. Just gonna do overkill and go 600. I probably won't craft 600. Probably just gonna craft a couple of hundred. Probably 400. And then see what we got laying around. Then just store the rest of this wire. Because we'll need some wire, but we're not gonna need all of it. Because the main goal is to get some... We have a recipe for diluted fuel, which will give us a higher fuel output using water and fuel, obviously. So we can package it, unpackage it, and then use it for fuel generators. That way we can power more generators with the same fuel. So we're probably going to use one oil node over there because there's like 3 or 4 over there. For just fuel for fuel gens. Then we're going to have another oil node for oil and rubber. Not oil and rubber. Plastic and rubber. And we'll have smart splitters to split off the overflow into a sink. Because we'll have probably 3 industrial containers of each. Rubber and plastic, and then the excess will just sink. At least that is the plan anyway. There we go. Should have... Oh, there's some quick wire. We'll grab that. A couple hundred cable. There we go. Should have plenty to run us a big old power line out there. Just copy that. Actually, we don't need to. Oh, need concrete. Well, luckily, just about forgot the concrete. And we're gonna need stuff for basic grids as well. We're not gonna need all of those motors, so probably we'll just dump. We'll split that off. Take those. There. Grab some concrete. Grab 3 concrete, or 3 stacks of concrete. Should have, or did I transfer all the plates over already? Because we'll need some regular plates. Not gonna need that. Not really gonna need that, so that's gonna stay there. Not gonna need that. Not gonna need the computers, I don't think. There we go. We freed up some space. Yeah, we need to go get some regular iron plates. So we'll grab some regular iron plates to make the foundations with. Because we're going to put it all on foundations. Luckily I have all this stuff color-coded. Think that's the one? Yeah. Grab 3 stacks, 4 stacks of plates. Grab another stack of concrete. Then we'll head off and start our oil production. Don't know why I was going over there. Just, there we go. Eh, screw it. We'll grab another one of those. There we go. Now we have all the stuff, so we can just spin that around. And now we just... No, wait, have I done that? I think I've done it already, actually. Yeah, it looks like I have. Let's see. Let's hop on the power line and see how far it goes. I think I might have already ran the power line and prep for this episode, and I just completely forgot about it, which would be on par. Also, pressing sprint does make you go faster on here. So if you haven't already, just press sprint, and that should get you the trophy for going over, I think it's 120k an hour or something like that. Yeah, there's our Caterium, our pure Caterium node over there that we can use for Caterium wire if we need it. Beautiful, beautiful. Well, this saves a lot of time. I think... Are these connected? Yeah, they're connected. Sweet. Alright, so that gives us power all the way out here. And our oil nodes are over here on this little island. So there's the shore. You go directly west, and then you end up here. Which there's a big spitter over there. Alright, so this is a pure node. Oh, I do have a basher. Might have to bash him, get him out of here. There we go. Not enough space. It's okay. We'll have enough space here in a minute. And since he's a range guy, he ran away whenever we started bashing him. He doesn't like the melee stuff. Yeah, we'll go ahead. Don't have enough space. So I gotta drop something. We'll drop a cable. Because I need to get rid of this. Thank you. Let's delete that. Grab our cable. Ow, come on. There we go. Okay. Well, now we're just gonna move this stuff way out here. Well, I say way out here. It's not that far. Just gonna just drop a couple of things. Drop a bunch of the cables since we don't really need it right now. Pick up this stuff so it's not gonna be in our way. Then we're gonna start building our oil refinery. Yeah, sweet. Alright, we're going to use some 4-meter foundations in zoot mode. We're going to snap it to the world grid because we want stuff to line up. And we'll just run it out. This is going to be a rather large platform because oil refineries are not small things. Probably not going to run it that far out. Yeah, okay. Oop. Run it 5 out that way. Do 3 more. Do 1 more. Alright, well, that'll probably poke through, so we'll probably just leave that alone for now. Production. Oil extractor. Now we have to find the oil patch. Oh, there it is. Okay, that's lined up. Sweet. Now then, I'm going to drop our cable there, along with a couple of other things. Now we got some space. So I'm actually just going to pick all this stuff up, because that'll be in the way. See, now it'd be handy to have the dynamite. But I did think I had enough space, so that's okay. Because we're gonna need a lot of space out here. Nope. Actually, yeah, that would be a good idea. Let's go ahead and build out this way. There we go. Now we'll have a big open space. Because we're going to need all this space to set up all the stuff. And we're probably going to need more set up fuel gens. Also, I think this is just me punching my laptop by accident. Okay. Now then, sort of inventory, got a couple spaces left, barrel nuts, yeah, okay, that's fine. Alright, so without doing anything to it, we're extracting 240 per minute from this node, which is excellent. You might even say excellent. I know at least some of you have, facepalmed at that remark. They call it that these days. We will drop you right there. Bring our power a bit closer. Of course, the missing iron rods. power poles, because I forgot we needed those. Right, for now, we're just going to keep on going. I'm going to need refineries. There we go. Put one of you right there. We'll see. Diluted packaged fuel. So each one of those is going to require so that's what, 10? 10 per minute, so well, there's an alternate we can do that'll give us a lot more. So for now, we're just gonna do our plastic and rubber recipes. Snapping mode, 2, 3, 4. Plastic, plastic, there we go. Rubber, and rubber. So these are putting out 2 cubic meters. Should be 20 per minute, so we got 60 per minute. Heavy oil residue being spat out here. Told you these things were huge. This is the reason why we made such a large platform. We'll just do this again. Give us a little bit more space. There we go. Okay, so that's going to be spitting out rubber and plastic. So we're going to go up 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, we'll go up 3. 1, 2, 3. Then we'll do a merger. We need rods for frickin' mergers too. Okay. Oh. 1, 2, 3. And 1, 2, 3. I think that's right. Yeah, that looks right. Okay, so there's our solid outputs, and we have liquid outputs, which we are going to use Mark 1s because it's spitting out such a low number per minute that we can handle it with Mark 1s. So we're going to use Mark 1s, save us some plastic. And then we're going to run those into, no, not packagers, refineries. One, you know, we'll bump it out to right about, yeah, we'll bump it out to right about there. Just line up everything to there we go. So that's going to be making residual fuel. We're not going to be making as much as I thought, so because that requires, looks like 60 per minute. Yeah, and only these. Okay, so I'm not going to need that many. Because these put out 20 per minute, so these 4 are going to feed that 1. Okay. Don't know why I thought those were going to feed 1 each. So, do... yeah, do this right here, combine them all. That's why I did my solid outputs higher than my liquid inputs, because that way I don't have to deal with head lift coming out of these things. Or shouldn't have to deal with head lift. So we'll do clean pipelines. Actually, we're not going to do clean pipelines. We're going to do... see, that'll be long enough for one of those. No, so that's fine. But that'll give us an indicator. No. Why? That was weird. Don't do that. That's gonna be a clean section regardless. There we go. So that'll feed this thing. This is gonna produce 40 per minute for fuel. I'm dumb. I think. No, I'm not. If I was just to make straight fuel, yes, so kind of am, because we're not doing straight fuel. We're doing diluted packaged fuel. So that requires 30 per minute, so I can actually feed 2 of these things. Sweet. That changes things. Okay, so that's good to go. So that makes 2 of those. So that'll make 120 per minute rather than just 40. So that is going to be super, super, super good. But now we need water. We need 120 packaged water per minute. And for our containers, to spit those out at that level. Then no wait, that's gonna spit out our packaged fuel. So that'll only run as long as we're putting in the packaged water. So since we're not doing this for fuel generators for now, that'll be okay. That'll be okay. So we can do, for now, we've got this. Need rods for that. Can do that though. So first, we're gonna do this right here. Do that right there for our plastic output. Similar thing for our rubber. Let's do a Mark II straight in, because why not? No, that's why. Because we need mergers first, which we need rods for. So we're going to need not that many packagers and not that many refineries. We need water extractor. And we're going to feed. We're going to put that guy right there. We're going to need a packager. So head lift from our pump should lift our water into our inlet pipe there. We do packaged water. So that'll be 60 per minute. So we can actually save some power and underclock that to 60 per minute. So we're gonna need 50%. Save us some power. Because we're not gonna be having a crap ton of two. We're not gonna have a crap ton of stuff going in. Okay, alright, I already see my error. Putting crap too close together. So we're gonna have to rebuild those refineries. We'll build it out. Yeah, right there. Both of these on diluted packaged fuel. There we go. So now we can do pipelines. Oh. Yeah, we can do that. And that'll feed these two. And for now, since we're not going to have going to be doing just constant packaged fuel, which we could do, but what I want to do requires a loop for our packages for our fuel. So it's like a constant like packaging, unpackaging kind of deal. So we package the fuel, make the packaged fuel here, send it where we're gonna have our generators unpackaged there, send it back here to be repackaged into more water and all that. It's a whole process. And since we're not doing that for now, we can just plop 100 of those in there. And that'll be good to go. So now, gotta go grab some rods. And Do I have a thing? I do have a thing of loaded dynamite. Sweet. Or Noblisk. I call it dynamite. That's Noblisk. Sweet. So now we can just build on out here. Alright. That's going to give us a large enough platform for now. Well, it's more than large enough for now. So I need some iron rods, which I'm going to go grab, then I'll be back. Alright, we are back. Hopefully, we should have everything we need now. Knock on wood. Ooh, nice. Do have enough for smart splitters. Perfect. So, don't know why I did that, because we need mergers. So, we're gonna need that merger there. Gonna need a splitter. I think it's right there. Gonna need a merger. There. Let's go ahead and run Mark IIs. Oh, is that the... Ah. No? That... What in the heck is going on? There we go. That is what I wanted. Not Mark III. No Mark IV either. So many snapping points. Okay. Also, with a little bit of the extra plastic, I went ahead and made a few more canisters, because it's a 2 to 4 or a 1 to 2 ratio, so for every one plastic it turns into 2 canisters, so makes things nice and easy to produce a crap ton of them. So that'll feed that with packaged water. And we're not gonna need a huge thing to store the packaged fuel we're gonna make, because we're literally making it just so we can unlock turbo fuel. Yeah, I think turbo fuel requires the compacted coal to be produced. So, do Mark II power pole. Put it right there. Just have another Mark II power pole for right here for giggles and grins. And we'll have another one. Actually, we have power switch, so we'll put this building on a power switch. Or this factory on a power switch. So we're gonna wire that into there. So that's a power grid, side A. side B will run into this Mark II power pole. And for now, I'm going to... Okay. So it's already set in the off position. That's perfect. So we're going to hook that up there. Might need a second power pole, actually. Yeah. Ooh, nice. Perfect. Alright, I'm going to wire... those guys up. Then there we go. Alright, what's our load? 250, so it's going to be half of our boost power. That's okay. Think I need to... yeah, still need to hook that up. Logistics... do Mark II. I said we'll do a Mark II pipeline. There we go. We need to place our junctions first. Because I'm not a dingus. Hopefully that's in a straight line. Looks like it. So now we're going to do... actually, will I need one? 240. Since 30, 60, 90, 120. Actually, this is going to be producing like double. Double what we need. I mean, you can just do that, but just, we can just underclock this actually. We'll underclock this for now to 50%. Well, just over 50% actually. So that way it spools up a little bit faster. So we don't need Mark II, we can just do this Mark I. There we go. Alright, all that's hooked up. Has been throttled down. Alright, let's kick this thing on and see if it works. Alright, that's powered up. It's pumping crude. Pipes are filling up, which is excellent. It's the reason why I wanted to get this thing, or have that thing pumping more than what these would take. I mean, the pipes filled up and there wasn't any sloshing back and forth in the pipes, since this is a small operation. This needs 60 per minute. I need to upgrade those things to Mark II. What am I talking about? Mark II belts. Go. Wait, that needs 120 per minute, actually. I had no idea what I was on about. Forgot to add a second packager. You know what, actually, nah. Nah, we're not going. The pipe's gotta fuel up anyway, or fill up anyway. Cool, we already just about have what we need fuel-wise. Perfect. Alright, so now that we have our 50 package fuel, we can go unlock turbo fuel. Whee! Just gonna let that keep going. This really is such a cool and pretty area. Really bad I thought to run the power lines ahead of time. Makes life so much easier. Especially when it comes to travel. Yeet. Gotta go through the trees. See? Already almost back at base. So much faster than having to walk. Looks like I missed something over there on the ground. Could just be that it's loaded in something different. Or hasn't loaded something in yet. Whee! Alright, we can drop down. Now that we have all that done, where to put our compacted coal? Got the fuel. Take that stuff out. Now all that's regular coal. Yo, where did I put the compacted coal? Am I losing my ever-loving mind right now? I mean, I might be. Don't see it there. Screw it. We got that, and we got... There we go. It'll just make some more. How about that? In here. black powder. I swear I know how to make compacted coal. No? Okay. Does it have to be... I think it's an assembler only thing, actually. Now that I am using my brain for a second. Oh, let's just plop down... Okay, just plop down an assembler, because I stored all of my plates. My reinforced ones, anyway. There we go. Assembler. Yeah. Not like we're gonna automate it right now. We just need some. We need some, and I'm going to need... I'm going to sloop it as well, just so I have extra, because I'm probably going to want to try and make some turbo fuel as well. Did I use all my sloops? I mean, yeah, there's one in there. Swore I had more, though. I mean, if I had some left, that's probably where they would be. I think I've got my current ones just in use. I haven't found any more. Use the 10 I had to make that alien power booster, which is kind of saving our butts right now. So I'll just have to run it as is. Let's see. Okay, so we make 5, 5, and 5, so it's a 1-to-1 ratio. That's good. How many do we need? Sulfur. 15. So it needs to go through 3 building cycles. It's done. Perfect. Go down to sulfur, unlock turbo fuel.
Turbo fuel unlocked. This upgrade to regular fuel is optimal for fuel-powered generators, jetpacks, and fulfilling long-distance trucker fantasies.
These are even better versions of fuel, which I will be a long time before I can do any of those. But we'll go ahead and start doing that hard drive. Probably go ahead and save us 2 for other research. go. We got that scanning. Plastic AI limiter. I mean, yeah, would be a good alternative if we didn't have easy access to copper. Fine black powder. No. No. Not doing that. I mean, I could, but no. That? Yeah, that would probably be helpful. That would be good. What I'm looking for is some alternate recipes for some turbo fuel type stuff. Right, let's have a quick look-see at what turbo fuel requires. Pretty sure it's compacted coal. Yeah, high-speed connectors. Okay. That's Caterium cable and circuit boards. Circuit boards need plastic and copper sheets. Heavy oil residue alternate recipe is what I want. That is the current alt recipe I'm hunting for. Yeah, turbo fuel. So that requires fuel and compacted coal. And compacted coal requires coal and sulfur. Sound familiar? Well, we can make our compacted coal over in our little water basin back over there to the north. Here. Because if you remember, we have a sulfur node there. We have 2 coal nodes right here. And maybe another one right here. Then we can just take our compacted coal from here, go up this natural ramp this way, under through here, and then through here and along the coast. I think that's where crash site was, or that's a reminder of where I put a storage box, and put it over and drag it over here to make turbo fuel, which we can turn the turbo fuel into, well, we can have our packaged fuel system to make the turbo fuel at a higher rate, which I think fuel wise, turbo fuel yeah, 18.75 turbo fuel per minute. And now that we have power, I could just search it for it. Yeah, we'll search for it. Fuel. Let's look at fuel. Fuel power generator. Okay. So we're gonna need a lot of deuterium motors and all the other stuff that we've got going. So if I look real quick, so turbo fuel generators generate fuel generators, period, generate 250 megawatts of power, which is fantastic. But so it'll be 7.5 cubic meters per minute of turbo fuel per generator. So, if we use the diluted fuel, the diluted packaged fuel recipe, and use all, say we don't overclock that oil spot, and use all 240 oil. Even without a alternate recipe, I believe each one of those generated plastic and rubber spit out 20 each, so 20, 40, 60. Wait, that's 80. I mathed wrong. For four refineries, that's 80 heavy oil residue per minute. They spit out 20 each. So I'm doing math in my head here, so you have to forgive my errors. No, it's 10. So producing 40 heavy oil residue per minute. So return 40 oil residue per minute into, there's our diluted packaged fuel. Packaged fuel. There we go. And it takes 30 per minute to turn into 60, so we're doubling our fuel output. And we really need the heavy oil residue alternate recipe, which I believe gives us a bunch of heavy oil residue and spits out polymer resin as a byproduct, I think. So this is all just head math here. So we can turn, even if we just had 2 of these running, we can do 230 per minute, or it's just spitting out 260 per minute. So we would need 6 of these running. So that'd be 120 crude oil a minute, spitting out. Let's see if we did 3 each. So that's 20, 40, 60. It's 60 plastic and 60 rubber per minute. And that would feed 120. So I'm making fuel. So that's 120 packaged fuel. Which we could package, then unpackage, and then spit out 120 divided by unboosted do 22.5. So that means we could feed 5 of these turbo fuel refineries. Well, 5 1/3. So that would, we'll multiply that by 18.75 because that's going to be how much turbo fuel we're going to get out per refinery. 18.75 should be about 100 turbo fuel per minute. So we'll do 100 turbo fuel per minute divided by 7.5. It's going to feed us 13 1/3 generators times 250. So just from those 2 packagers and packagers making diluted fuel, we can make over 3 megawatts, which is, or 3 gigawatts, which is fan-freaking-tastic. Alright, before we're gonna have recording time on this segment. Let's see. What do we got? Ooh. We got the heavy oil residue. Let's go. So we're gonna grab that alternate right there. So now that we have that alternate, we're gonna need a lot more water as well. Go ahead and just scan another one. Why not? So we're gonna so we need to go ahead and set up our compacted coal, which is what we'll do that here in just a moment.
One eternity later.
Alright guys, after taking a little break doing some math, I have come to the conclusion that if I overclock this oil node here to 250% and get 600 per minute oil out of this using the heavy oil residue alternate recipe, I can get a ridiculous amount of oil out of this thing. So if my calculations are correct, I can feed 20 refineries using the heavy oil residue alternate recipe. And those 20 refineries can pump out 800 heavy oil residue, which can turn, then using this recipe I'm using right now, the diluted fuel recipe, can turn into, well, the output of those refineries, the 800 heavy oil residue, can feed 27 of these. Which means they could spit out 27 of these, well, 26.667 to be specific, could churn out 1,600 fuel per minute. Which then leads me to the math of dividing 1600 by 20, because that's what a fuel generator takes per minute. It means I could feed 80 fuel generators. And 80 multiplied by 250, because 250 is the amount of power one fuel generator can generate. That is 20 gigawatts. Not megawatts, gigawatts. That's 20,000 megawatts. That's a lot of energy. And that's without converting it to turbo fuel. Like 20 gigawatts will take us so far. And I put these there just in case the plastic canisters stop feeding into this thing and those things stop producing packaged fuel. That way there'll be a bit of a buffer, so they can still be producing plastic. Because in order to do all that, I'm going to need a grand total of 1,620 plastic canisters per minute to feed 27 of these refineries doing the diluted packaged fuel. Which means I'm gonna need a crap ton more water. So I'm gonna need 27 of these to feed 27 of those. To feed 80 fuel generators to give me the amount of power that I can extract from this one oil node per minute without converting the fuel to turbo fuel, which would then drop the consumption from 20 per minute down to, it's like 7.5 or something like that, which is insane. So basically what we're gonna do is we're gonna let this thing cook for a while. Until it basically fills up one of these industrial ones plus this one. Because that should be sufficient plastic containers to run that setup and recycle them. So we're going to work on that. I don't care if I have to shut down every plant I have to get that thing going. Because that's going to be huge. I mean, it's going to take a lot of power in order to get that going. Which means, well, I'm going to do some more math. Figure out how much power we're going to need to get that system going, even if I have to do that system in sections, like start up one section and have each section power a certain amount of generators to then, eventually build out to the full system. So, yeah, that's kind of my thoughts for the moment. It's going to be a lot of work to get us powered by fuel gens. I mean, even just going off of these two at 120 of these per minute, 120 fuel per minute, and we're gonna do, that means I could power 6 of those. I'm gonna multiply that by 250. Oh, that's already 1500 megawatts of power just from doing this little setup, unpackaging the fuel, sending the fuel down to fuel generators, and then getting it booted up that way. So that is already about what we're making in power right now with a 650, 675 megawatt power boost. Yeah, something like that. Because we're getting 500. Well, it's getting, so it's only boosting 170. Don't know what I'm talking about. But yeah, I'm going to do some more maths. Probably set up one of, like, probably just set this up to send it to fuel gens, and then send those canisters back, and see if I can get that figured out off camera. Then I'll set up another one just like it on camera so you guys can see how I did it and the process I went through to get it set up and all that. So for now, I'll let you guys go, and I will catch you guys next time.